My wife said she isn't my maid, so I packed her bags and kicked her out. I still remember that night vividly. The thunder outside wasn't half as loud as the storm brewing inside my heart. My wife, Clara, stood in the kitchen doorway with her arms crossed, her tone colder than the rain hitting the windows. I'm not your maid, Mark. You treat me like one, and I've had enough. Her words cut deep, not because she was wrong, but because I never thought the woman I loved would one day speak to me like a stranger. Clara and I had been married for 7 years. We met in college. She was this bright, ambitious woman who dreamed of owning a fashion boutique, while I was studying engineering, dreaming of building something meaningful. We started with nothing, one small apartment, shared instant noodles, laughter over candlelight when the power got cut. Back then, love was simple. But as the years went by, life got heavier. I worked long hours trying to build a career, often taking side projects just to keep us afloat. I wanted Clara to have her dream boutique one day, so I sacrificed my sleep, my hobbies, even time with friends. But she saw things differently. The more I worked, the more she felt neglected. She started saying I didn't care, that I never helped around the house, that she was stuck doing everything. At first, I tried to make things better. I'd come home early to help cook or clean, but even then, she'd find something to be upset about. Why are you doing laundry now? You'll ruin my clothes. Or, don't bother with the dishes, you'll just leave spots. Slowly, it felt like nothing I did was enough. One day, after coming home from a brutal 14-hour shift, I found the sink piled high, the living room a mess, and Clara sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone. Hey, I said gently, could you at least help clean up a bit before I got home? She looked up, rolled her eyes, and said sharply, I'm your wife, not your maid. Those words echoed in my head like a curse. I didn't yell, not that day. I just turned around, showered, and went to bed hungry. But the seed of resentment had been planted. Days turned into weeks, and things only got worse. She stopped cooking, stopped cleaning, stopped caring. When I asked why she was being so distant, she said, you don't appreciate me. You only see me as someone who keeps your house in order. But what she didn't see was that every late night I spent working was for us. Every time I skipped lunch, every project I took on, every bill I paid, it was all for the life she said she wanted. The final straw came one Saturday morning. I woke up early, made breakfast, pancakes, eggs, and coffee, hoping we could finally talk things out peacefully. But when she came downstairs and saw the dishes in the sink, she snapped. Why would you dirty the kitchen like this? You can't even clean up after yourself. She yelled. I stood there, holding a plate, feeling the last thread of patience snap inside me. Clara, I made breakfast for you. For us. And all you see are dirty dishes. She huffed. I didn't ask for breakfast. I'm not interested in playing housewife anymore, Mark. I want a real partner, not another child to clean up after. That was it. Something inside me broke. I didn't shout. I didn't insult her. I simply went upstairs, grabbed her suitcase, and started packing her clothes. When she realized what I was doing, her expression changed from anger to disbelief. What are you doing? She asked, her voice trembling slightly. You said you're not my maid, I said quietly, so I won't burden you anymore. You can leave. Are you serious? She gasped. I zipped the suitcase, looked her in the eye, and said, dead serious. Because I'm not your servant either. I've carried this family, this marriage, and your comfort for years, and you've only given me resentment in return. Tears filled her eyes, but pride kept her from backing down. She grabbed the suitcase and walked out without another word. The silence that followed was deafening. That night, I sat alone in our now too big house, wondering if I'd done the right thing. The pain was unbearable, but deep down, I knew something had to change. Weeks passed. I focused on my work, started going to the gym again, and spent weekends fixing things around the house. It felt empty, but peaceful. For the first time in years, I could breathe. Then, about 2 months later, I got a call. It was Clara. Her voice was softer this time, hesitant. Mark, she said, can we talk? We met at a cafe downtown. She looked tired, not the confident, fiery woman I remembered. She told me she'd been staying with a friend, working part-time, and had realized something painful. I thought you didn't value me, she said quietly, but I didn't value you either. I took your efforts for granted. I wanted luxury without understanding the price you paid for it. I didn't say much. I just listened. For the first time, she spoke with humility instead of pride. I miss us, she whispered. I want to make things right. Not because I need someone to take care of me, but because I finally understand what partnership means. I took a deep breath. Clara, love isn't about keeping score. It's about showing up for each other, even when it's inconvenient. But once trust and respect break, rebuilding them takes time. She nodded, tears in her eyes. We didn't get back together that day. But we started talking again, slowly, honestly, with no pretending. Months later, she moved back in, and things were different. We shared responsibilities, communicated more, and never let pride win over love again. Sometimes, you have to lose someone to help them see your worth, and to remind yourself of it, too.